Hi guys, welcome to week 10. You may hear my son here playing in the background a little bit with some cars, so pardon me. This week we're going to be talking about legal issues in social work. So as we talk about that, I am hopeful that you read chapter 13 in Garthwaite. It talks about legal issues that come up in social work and the types of social work that has legal implications. And it breaks these legal issues into three areas. So one is legal issues that affect actions or services for clients. For example, eligibility rules, guidelines for mandated reporting, things like that. Two are legal issues relating to particular fields of practice. For example, regulatory practices for group homes or HIPAA procedures. Three would be talking about legal concerns that affect the whole profession. So, for example, licensing and ethics, and those can be set by legislative bodies. So, yes, please read that chapter in Garthwaite. And then it's worth noting that some social work practices, some areas are just at higher risk for lawsuit. So frequently when you're working with vulnerable youth, that would be an area. And so, or like if you're doing removals from homes for kids. So it's good to know, though, and I think it's something that we don't say enough. People get pretty nervous when you start talking about legal challenges in their work. You should know that legal issues don't happen that often in social work. It's actually relatively rare, and for most people, when a legal issue does arise, it happens rarely enough that those things stand out. So just keeping that in mind. But it's also important to think about because it does happen. And it's also worth noting that really it's why there's so much emphasis on documentation at practicum sites and in social work. Because at times your documentation might be subpoenaed. You may need it to back up decisions that you made in treatment. And to document that what you said happened did actually happen. So in practice, there may be times where information is requested through a subpoena, and it's important to know the law or rule regarding your field of practice if you receive a subpoena, or if, for example, a lawyer requests information. It's important to know when and under what circumstances that information is appropriate to share, and then also what expectations there might be in your particular field around the sharing of information. So please this week read the chapter, listen to the webinar by Ashley Troutman. She's the director of the MSW program here at the U, and she is a master social worker and also has her law degree. So she posted a PowerPoint, and if you click on the little icon, you know, the little speaker icon, you can hear the lecture portion as well. And it talks about legal issues in practice. And then also I'd like you to ask your supervisor about any legal issues they may have navigated in supervision this week, just to get a feel for your practicum setting. And also, it should give you an idea if you're interested in moving ahead, working in the practice area where you've been experiencing your practicum, what legal issues you might encounter in future. Please post on the forum about that conversation. So thanks so much, and see ya week 11.